Hey everybody, here we are with Ryan Brown from 4Pillars Group. They're debt restructuring experts, and they have locations for Ryan in North Bay, Sudbury, and Huntsville. Ryan, welcome. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Paul. Thanks for having me. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm getting a little shack-wacky, I have to admit.
Yeah.
I've begged my brother-in-law to let me back in the office, and he says, no, stay home. So here I am.
I like what you've done with the place.
Yeah, I know. Look what I've done with the place. Awesome background, eh?
Yeah.
Listen, Ryan, with COVID and what's happening, probably now more than ever, people in the community are really going to need some advice and some help from your end of things. Tell me what that might look like.
Yeah. I sent a note off to my MPP yesterday, and basically told him, look, we didn't need any more business prior to this, and we're probably going to be very, very busy afterwards. And, one of the things I do want to say in our industry, people can sometimes think that we're taking advantage of people who have fallen on hard times. It's our opportunity to make a buck. And quite frankly, it's quite the opposite. 4Pillars Consulting Group was started in 2002 specifically to give a voice to individuals and businesses who are looking to restructure debt, solve debt. And the reason why I say it that way is because prior to 4Pillars coming along, there was not another company in Canada that I know of and that I know of now who represents solely the interest of the client, meaning they can work to their benefit, solely to their benefit, and make sure that whatever plan is put in place is the best plan for them, helping them to retain assets, improve cash flow, and solve debt. So that's important to understand first, prior to me answering your question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Thank you. So prior to this crisis that's going on, we were meeting with a lot of people who have come across significant financial challenges because of a life event. It didn't have to be this crisis. It could have been death of a family member. It could have been illness, losing a job, injury on the job, divorce, things like that, caring for sick children even. And now what we're finding is we're getting calls from people who were doing okay financially prior. Right. And now they're, they could make their payments. They could handle their mortgage and a car payment, maybe a line of credit payment. And now they're greatly concerned. Yeah. I read last week in the National Post, 1 million Canadians think they're on the brink of bankruptcy. And this was prior to what's being voted on now in the legislature, which is, are we going to extend this for another 28 days? So I think that 1 million people on the brink of bankruptcy, I think that's a low number. I think that might grow. I'm sad to say that. But we want to be here for people to help them get through that and not lose their house, not lose their assets, keep their investments in place. And now I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing that 1 in 10 Canadians expect to lose their home. I mean, honestly, we've never seen a time like this. And we just really want to be there for people to guide them through the process to make sure that they're put in the best place possible to come out of this.
I know you're really passionate about this and you've been doing it for so long. I hear a lot of talk about bankruptcy and consumer proposals. Can you enlighten us? Maybe what's the difference between them?
Well, if I can give you a real quick rundown on that one, that's a big question, Paul. I guess it's a short question that deserves a big answer. Really, if I can just say bankruptcy, all of your assets vest with the bankruptcy trustee. The bankruptcy trustee is required to review what assets you have, the value thereof, and determine what assets you're allowed to keep and what assets the bankruptcy trustee gets to take, basically receive and liquidate, and then disperse the funds to the creditors. The other challenge in bankruptcy is your income is monitored. There are people that are still working. There are people that are not working, where if they went bankrupt today and they got back to work in 2 months, their income could change. And that could actually put them in a pretty compromised position in terms of a bankruptcy, which means now they're making too much money and a good portion of their income they're required to pay out into the bankruptcy so they can stay poor for a longer period of time, or cash flow poor for a longer period of time. So really quick, in the bankruptcy, your assets vest with the bankruptcy trustee and your income will be monitored. And if you make over what they say you can make, you have to give up 50 cents of every dollar over that threshold. In a proposal, that does not happen. All of your assets remain as your assets. Your income, it's not monitored. If you file a proposal, let's say today, and tomorrow you go back to work and you make all kinds of money, fantastic. That income on a going forward basis has no relevance to your proposal that was previously filed. So you're completely free. You keep your home equity, you retain your assets, and you can get back to work and make money without the challenges of a bankruptcy. Now, one last thing I'll say to that is the general marketplace has a real bad basket of information out there on the internet, if you will, as to the difference between a bankruptcy and a proposal. And the reason that is simply because people have gone through a proposal, let's say, and I've had people approach me and discuss this very topic who have been through a proposal, and they say, I should have gone bankrupt. It would have been cheaper, quicker, easier. Unfortunately, what they don't understand at the time is they did not have representation on their side when having a proposal filed. They did not have someone like us representing solely their interests and making sure that their proposal is approved as low as reasonably possible. They would have gone directly to another company who would have a duty and obligation as per their license to work to the general benefit of the creditors, right? And so it's what I like to say at this point is all proposals are not cut from the same cloth. Our clients' proposals are typically quite a bit different than proposals put out there by the rest of the industry, if I can say that. Yeah,
for sure. So what should people do if they're in a situation where they're concerned? What's their next step?
Start by talking. We all the time, we say, just give us a call. And Paul, you've met Marie. She's wonderful with our clients on the phone. She'll spend an hour on the phone with you if she has to. But usually within 10 to 20 minutes, she can get enough information to then put in front of myself or Angela. And we'll meet then with our clients by phone or video and just begin to lay out all of their options. And what we do in our initial consultation, we typically go through 7 to 8 options that everybody would have and what those look like for that client's specific situation. And by the end of that meeting, our client is able to have a real good picture as to how to move forward and what makes sense for them. And quite often, there's a lot of relief for our client at the end of that initial meeting, even though they haven't taken any steps yet. They just know that there are some good options for them.
And I know we've spoken in the past about, always treating people with respect, because they're, for them to reach out, they're almost embarrassed. And I know you guys are really good on the phone, putting them at ease and just kind of walking them through that process step by step. But you're always treating them, as a person. That's really important.
You can't judge people in our office. You don't know why they've ended up in our office. We've seen some pretty sad cases over the years. And to be honest with you, we're all living and working in the same community. We're going to see each other at the grocery store or where have you. And I've made some really good friends who were clients and now are doing very well. And it's all about the person, their situation. How can we get them through? Number one, with the least amount of stress as possible, and make sure that they're put in the best position going forward. Hard times can fall on people. They don't need to be, embarrassed or stepped on or stepped over through difficult financial time. It's tough enough as it is. Yeah. They need respect, dignity. Let's get you through this as a team.
That's awesome. So you guys, our offices are currently closed physically, so they can't come in, but you're doing everything via Zoom or virtual or phones or emails. That's still going on today?
You got it. Absolutely. Okay. We're meeting with new clients every single day. They have the choice to, first of all, call in and let's have that initial 10-minute phone conversation. But from there, you have the choice to meet with us by video or by phone. We give you that option.
Okay.
And to be honest, you can, searching around the web, there's so much good information on 4Pillars as a national company, as well as a local company. There's a lot of information and reviews by past clients that people are pretty comfortable to just meet by phone. But if they just want to make sure that we're real people and we're here to serve them, and they want to put a face to the name, we'll do it by video. Absolutely.
Awesome. If anything, we're all getting better at this Zoom thing or Skype or whatever platform you're using. So that's one of the good things that are coming out of that is the technology. Okay, so North Bay's phone number is 705-980-0158.
That's right.
Okay.
You got it.
And then you also have offices in Huntsville area and Sudbury area as well.
That's right. Yep. Covering the whole region. Sudbury 705-806-1252. And the Muskoka Perry Sound office, depending if you wanted to go to North Bay or Huntsville, Muskoka Perry Sound office 705-640-0187.
Awesome. I'll put those numbers and the website link in this post as well. Any parting thoughts? Anything you wanted to talk about as a PSA to the community or anything like that?
Take a big breath. Slow down. I always say don't make any knee-jerk reactions. Don't quickly cash out RSPs to solve debt. That could be a very poor financial decision. Don't quickly take highly negotiable unsecured debt and secure it against your home with a mortgage. Just take a breath, step back, review all options by somebody who is unbiased and has your best interest in mind, and then make a decision. Don't let the financial stress add weight, the financial stress of dealing with debt, add weight to the current challenges that we're all facing. Because I'll just say this, as far as it goes with debt and interest and payments, that's all paper. Right? It really is. It's all paper. We can deal with that. We can handle that. We can figure out a solution for that. Your relationships, your marriages, how your kids are going through this, other family members that might be in the situation as you. That is the important stuff. And we need to keep that right. We can deal with the financial stuff, no problem. But just keep your relationships intact. Keep your household strong.
That's awesome. Hey, sorry about the dog. Of course, I'm working from home, so the dog is barking. Someone's at the door, I suspect.
Yeah, no problem. We're all facing that these days.
I know. There's nothing I can do. I can yell at him, but he's still going to bark.
Right.
Ryan, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you hopping on. I appreciate your time. And I know you guys have an incredible team. And thank you for that.
Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate your time as well.
All right. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.